Civil War, a terrifying reminder of what a nation divided can bestow upon its people. The battle upon the hallowed grounds lasted just 3 days, but the horror echoes as a warning into present-day life. We should not soon forget. Let us enjoy the sights and sounds of this historic Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, and revere the men who fought for their beliefs, way of life, and for most to preserve their homelands above all else. For in a span of just a couple days in 1863, this now quiet and ever so peaceful landscape was once filled with earth-shattering sounds like cannon fire, men screaming in agony, orders to keep moving forward, fixed bayonets, the rebel yell, and the Yankee hurrah. The battle was fought in places now named Culp's Hill, the Wheat Field, Devil's Den, the Peach Orchard, Big and Little Round Tops, Cemetery Ridge, and we'll visit a spot a tired president, who in 2 short years, who would be murdered once the war had ended, addressed the torn nation in its darkest days. 160,000 soldiers on 3 of the hottest days of the year charged head-on through barbarous balls of lead, piercing skin, crushing bone, and obliterating young lives, only to be remembered as the brave souls of Gettysburg. Left behind, a whirlpool of death, a carpet of blue, gray, and red. I will not attempt to cover many of the fantastic accounts of history and military tactics which reverberate through many of history lovers' lives to this day. For that it will take a full, multi-part documentary. Instead, I'll give you my perspective, the little things that give me goosebumps every time I visit this beautiful yet haunting landscape. Today, we take on Gettysburg, on bicycle. I hope I do it justice.
Hey guys, we're in Gettysburg National Military Park. It's mid-January. It's not the time of the actual battle, which happened in July. We'll talk about that later, the 3 hottest days of the years. But for now, we're just gonna ride around. I never actually been here on bike. I've been here on car many a times. It's hard to see everything. There's over 1,400 statues and monuments and placards. I figured on the bike maybe we'll have a good time, be able to see more than I've ever seen. And I got Matt with me today, and yeah, we're gonna cruise the gravel bikes, and we're gonna head up Tawny Town Road. First of all, we're gonna stop at the Gettysburg Address site, and yeah, anyway, I won't talk that much. We'll do overlay, and we'll just get on the bike and we'll cruise. This is a bike tour, and I'll give you a little history on the way though, and we'll cruise through the city, and I'll show you a little bit of Gettysburg town. At the time of the battle, there was only 2,500 people living here. Let's get on the bike and let's go. Hold on. When you see a placard like that, it means it's an eyewitness to the actual Civil War, the Civil War building. If we would have kept going straight, we would have hit Chambersburg Pike and took us out to the first day of the battle. But today we're not going to head to the first day of the battle. We're going to go behind Confederate lines to start the day on Confederate Avenue and show you day 2 and day 3 of the battle, including Big and Little Round Top and the spot of Pickett's Charge, the famous Pickett's Charge, one of the most famous days in American history. And here we are at the start of Confederate Avenue. This is behind Confederate lines. General Lee's army lined up way up to the Round Tops, which we're heading down to. We're gonna be on this road for quite some time. And you'll see here on my left, there's cannon. These are actual Confederate cannons that were used during the war. You might see a mixture of green and then the black canyons. The green canyons are bronze and brass, and the black canyons are made out of cast iron or wrought iron. The wrought iron cannons could shoot actual bullets, cylinder bullets, and the green ones just shoot metal, just shoot balls or cans of nails. The black canyons could shoot double of what the green canyons could. Much more fierce, much more ferocious, and much more deadly. Here we are at the monument of the North Carolina men of Gettysburg. This monument was actually sculpted by the same guy who did Mount Rushmore. And here we're starting to get our first look where the infamous Pickett's Charge happened, but we'll talk about that later on. We're gonna find General Lee just down here, and after that we're gonna find General Longstreet. This is cool. Me and Matt just rode up across where Pickett's Charge came onto this field. We're 2024 cavalry, our bikes instead of horses. This is cool.
Pickett's Charge, a decisive defeat, ended 3 days of fighting. Total casualties of 51,000. 23 Union, 28,000 Confederates. That's a lot of bodies.
That's a lot of bodies. A lot of bodies. Smoke just rising everywhere, cannons just firing everywhere, battle flags being held walking across this field. You didn't run and duck, you walked across the field just straight. Not with machine guns, but guns you had to pack. You know, this is craziness, it's insanity. Pure insanity to come out here and imagine what happened. And it's not like they had good medical. You got shot here, they cut your leg off. You bit down on a stick, and pretty scary stuff, man. Just piles of limbs, legs and arms just piled up. A lot of people thought General Meade should have attacked on July 4th, but he wasn't falling for it. Why would he cross this field after they got slaughtered? So he let Lee go, and the war lasted 2 more years after that. Interesting. American history. And if you think about it, 1863 is not that long ago. 161 years. I've been alive almost 50 years. That's, you know, 3 of my lives, and boom, you're here. It's crazy. It's insane to think about. And here stands the statue of General Lee, commander of the Army of Northern Virginia, one of the greatest armies ever assembled. The Confederate Army, also known as Graycoats. And here, General Lee stood over the battlefield. Across the road here, and General Meade stood out that way. We'll get to General Meade's statue a little farther on, but this all around here. Day 3 of the battle, July 3rd, 1863, almost 161 years ago. Unlike other battlefields that you'll find around Manassas, Antietam, this Gettysburg Battlefield, anytime you find a plaque, a monument, a statue, that is the exact spot where something happened. You'll find the exact spot that somebody got killed. We're going to see where Cushing got killed. Farther up here, we're going to see Armistead. We're going to see exactly where these famous things happened, where Armistead put his hat on his bayonet and said, "Come on, boys, give them the cold steel." The exact spot. So it's very interesting to be here on Gettysburg Battlefield. We're heading out to Little Round Top right now. There's other things to see along the way. There is nobody, and I mean nobody out here today. It's very cool. We have the whole battlefield to ourselves. I've never seen Gettysburg like this. It's one of the coolest days of my life. In the movie Gettysburg, that was written from the book Killer Angels by Michael Cera, the Pulitzer Prize winning book, Longstreet stood here and he was so shaken he couldn't even give the order. They were asking him, "General, do we move?" And Longstreet was just shook his head because he couldn't speak. The Killer Angels is a novel, so I don't know how true that is, but according to accounts from his men, that was a true story. I don't know. I'm just saying, if you ever watched the movie Gettysburg, that's what happened. Longstreet, played by Tom Berenger, just said go, and Pickett's men started off across this field. This is where history was made. Mississippi. I got a high five from a Confederate soldier.
It would look cool. Look at it. I thought it was a ladder at first. But no, stairs are cool. Anybody up here? There's Rock Eastwood. Hi, Rock Eastwood.
And here we are, one of the most famous spots in the whole battle. Standing behind me, Little Round Top. The western face, completely cleared by trees from a farmer. Here's Big Round Top and Joshua Lawrence Chamberlain. The 20th Maine, the battle where he sent his men, fix bayonets, and run downhill. Super famous, one of the most famous maneuvers, still studied at West Point, happened right here. can see now that we're essentially in the middle of Pickett's charge. The battlefield is not flat. They kind of look flat when we're on the side. It's very hilly, so sometimes you can't see what's going to be over the ridge. The Union Army, men with muskets, cannons firing at you. Quite scary, I think, crossing this. Probably one of the scariest things that ever happened. I can't imagine charging this way across Emmitsburg Road. And they're headed towards the angle, which we'll talk about once we get over there by General Meade. The culmination of the battle ended right there. I'm sure you're not going to see it on the GoPro, but there's a tall statue obelisk there. That's where we're headed. But I don't want to miss some of the points. We want to go to Devil's Den first. We kind of had to circle around because right now Little Round Top is closed. Otherwise we would have just went around, but we want to cut through these roads anyway. And right behind Matt, and I didn't even notice, the peach orchard.
Up there.
Here we are at Devil's Den. Matt asked if I'm gonna be up there. Yeah, let's go up there. I actually never been up there.
What?
Yeah. I don't know, when you're in a car, that's what I was telling him, when you're in a car, you just want to get moving again. But now that we're on the bike, yeah, why not? Let's take our time and get up there. Yeah, I've actually never been up here.
The rugged labyrinth of boulders before you. It is a labyrinth of boulders.
Crazy. All of these cannons were actual cannons that were in the battle, but these carriages are remakes because the carriages were wood at the time, so now they are iron. Interesting.
Blue skies today, man.
Yeah. One of the most famous statues in the whole park, the New York Irish Brigade and the wolf that protects it. Celtic cross, very cool. the best monument on the whole battlefield, the biggest monument on the battlefield, the Pennsylvania. The statue on the top is made out of cannon melted down after the war.
Badass.
And it created that. Awesome.
Yeah.
So awesome.
What the? Ah.
Where'd they go? Oh. Nice.
Whoa.
Oh, cool.
Oh, Jesus, it's wet.
Here's where people pee.
Oh, that's hella spiral stairs, man.
I'm dizzy.
Yeah, I'm getting like vertigo. Oh shit, it's so dark.
Sorry. Woo!
Oh, your bike's whipping in the wind.
No, they're good.
Beat Georgia, 1 mile. That way.
Oh, you can see a ski thing over there.
How about that?
Their bikes. Hi, bikes. This is cool.
Yeah.
Oh, look how close we are to the.
Oh, that kind of freaks me out looking up like that. I'm like holding on to the side.
Very cool.
Yeah, I bet it's a real pretty area in the summer.
Yeah.
Check out that erection.
Disrespectful.
It was erected by Congress.
Okay.
It's an erection. Self-proclaimed erection.
Here it is. The most famous spot on the whole battlefield. The clumps of trees. They say this is the spot where General Lee was, or Pickett's charge was aiming for across the battlefield. There to my right stands General Meade. We'll go up close to see that. Heavy fighting in this clump of trees.
What?
Yeah. Crazy. And there it is behind us, General Lee's statue, General Meade's statue. This is the battlefield. And there's Emmitsburg Road in front of us. This is what they call the angle, because the army was separated, one along this line, one along this line, so there was separation. That's where people were trying to get in. And some people did make it here, but it was the end of the road for them. In fact, this is called the high water mark. This is the highest that they got here in Gettysburg. Before this, they receded all the way back to Virginia, and 2 years later, Appomattox Courthouse and the end of the war. I've had some dumb ideas in my life, and I had some good ones. I think riding the bike here is one of the best ideas I've ever had. And there he is, General Meade, just 3 days before the Battle of Gettysburg, was given command to one of the largest armies ever assembled, and he pulled it off and sent Lee packing back to Virginia, basically culminating in the end of the war. He kind of broke the Southern army's back, and he became a war hero, of course. And this is the end of the tour. I hope you had enough information. This is Gettysburg. You can't watch a video or read a book or watch the movie Gettysburg or read the book Killer Angels. You got to come out here yourself and actually experience it. And also, don't forget about going to the museum where we parked. You have to go in there. It's a very special place. It only take a couple hours. Watch the panorama of the movie they have in there. It's just Gettysburg. It's a special place. You come to Pennsylvania, come visit it, please.